Hello, everyone. Welcome to our risk management plan for our sustainability consultancy, Be Certify. My name is Clay Young, and this is...
My name is Will Totten. In this presentation, there's a number of elements we will go through. We will look at the nature of the business. We will then look at 8 key risks identified for the business, and then we will finalize some of our points in a summary and kind of larger scale considerations. The nature of the business is a B Corp certification consultancy that works with new businesses looking to obtain their B Corp certifications and businesses that already have it that want to have ongoing annual management and score improvement consulting. Through this, we've identified a formalized process to create a organized set of deliverables for each client. We have discovery. Discovery is going to be uncovering at depth what the business's kind of operations are. Then we have strategic development or strategy development. And what this is the firm's recommendations on how a company can improve their efforts and improve their current situation to then move on and kind of apply. Once we've developed our strategy, we report to the board of directors of the business what our findings are and go through each of those steps that they may need to make in order to move on to the next piece, which is the application process. The implementation process. The implementation is after we reported our findings, kind of making all the necessary changes. Then we move on to the application process once the business has their information pulled together and we have their formal score, and that's to be reviewed by B Lab. And then lastly is the ongoing management. This will be for businesses that already have their certifications and businesses that we help get their initial certifications.
Thanks, Will. Just to discuss our value add. So our consultancy is going to offer assessment guidance, sustainability improvements, and continued management of general sustainability and more specifically the B Lab's certified B Corp process. So we are going to add efficiency and expertise to this process. You want to get this overall score up as high as possible, and we'll get you there with the expertise and the knowledge that we have of this process. So now that you know a little bit more about our business, we're going to dive into our risk evaluation of the consultancy. Will's going to start us off with disclosure.
The disclosure of confidential information or proprietary information is a really large risk for this consultancy. The information gathering phase that we have with our clients is very in-depth, and we will have to learn about their production paths. We'll have to learn about their financial situations. All of this information needs to be protected greatly. We'll look at implementing non-disclosure agreements. We'll look at implementing various encryption softwares and training our employees and staff on understanding what is proprietary information to ensure that there's the lowest risk of potentially disclosing this. The next element that we've identified is what's referred to as scope creep. And this is managed by managing the expectations of deliverables to the client. And what we really refer to here is a client potentially coming to us asking for more work than we originally agreed upon. In order to manage this risk, every new client relationship will have an outlined document showing what our promised deliverables are and what is within that overall scope of work. It will also define elements that may be added for an additional cost from the client.
Thanks, Will. Next risk we want to address is data breach. As Will stated earlier, we're going to have a lot of sensitive and proprietary information from our clients. This might include vendor lists, even employee names and pay scales, and general sustainability methods. So clients may not want to disclose this information, and they may not even want to disclose that they are pursuing the certified B Corp process, because if they do not pass the certification, it may result in bad press for them. So the risk of a data breach could be incredibly severe. We may be faced with claims of negligence of clients' information. Courts have ruled that it's actually the responsibility and of the employer, that would be us, to act with reasonable care and in order to reduce data breaches and possibly someone facing damages in that way. We will also store all customer data in protected cloud servers, not on local computers. And we want to have passwords to all these servers. We want to be able to change them probably every 6 months to a year, or at the request of the client. We may even implement two-factor authentication into these servers. Additionally, we want to consult with a cybersecurity service just to see what other services they recommend for us to implement. Another risk is unhappy clients. So every project we enter into contract with may have an unhappy client. We just strive to have 100% customer satisfaction every project and every single year. An unhappy client, in an unfortunate case, could slander the business and deter future clients. In this case, in an extreme case, Be Certified may feel compelled to pursue a claim of defamation, libel, or slander. In order to manage this risk, we just think transparency is key with every client, especially unhappy ones. Any problems or setbacks that we have in the process need to be communicated clearly and in writing in a timely manner. And it is up to us to explicitly state that our services are not guaranteed a B Corp certification, just that we will provide professional guidance through the certification process. I'll hand it back over to Will.
Employee and worker health is another important element to focus on as far as risk. What we're referring to here is the overall well-being of the employees of Be Certified, given the fact that the success of the company relies on their efforts. I'm referring to things like burnout, just overall unhappiness within a workforce, or just overall kind of health issues within the workforce, inhibiting them on producing at their highest level. So in order to focus on this, we're going to look at a series of robust benefits that will be available for our employees, really focusing on a healthy work-life balance to ensure that we keep them happy and healthy. Intellectual property theft is another element that we wanted to focus on when it comes to risk. What we're referring to here is not the readily available information about the B Corp certification process that is online. What we're looking at here is the series of templates that we implement with each client to streamline their process and make it a more efficient application process. So what we need to do in order to protect these documents that we've created, again, are another series of non-disclosure agreements and and agreements such as a proprietary information agreement that will outline that a client's access to these documents is only valid while they have a relationship with our firm.
Thanks, Will. Another risk that we face is property theft. This risk is minimal since most of our services are going to be virtual and online. But in the case of one of our computers getting stolen, that would be a financial setback. There's minimal legal recourse from one of our devices being stolen if we don't know who committed the crime. And we can protect ourselves there just by having levels of business insurance that cover our property. Should we find the individual who is responsible for the theft, Be Certified would follow through on the firm's legal rights to prosecute that individual to the fullest extent of the law. Additionally, we want to have encryption software that will be installed on each device to allow for hard drives remote wiping should the device go missing. And that will also protect us against data breaches and intellectual property theft. Last risk we want to discuss is an employee leaving the firm. Now this could be severe, just since right now Will and I are the co-founders, and we make up the whole team of Be Certified. So the biggest risk for an employee leaving the firm would be someone starting their own sustainability consultancy in the outdoor industry and actually go into competition with us. An employee leaving, they would take with them potentially intellectual property and that sort of thing. So we would want to make sure that we kind of check ourselves, and with that we can actually seek an external consultant to advise on best practices for us, just so we stay in business longer and just have general health in that way. We'd want to submit an anonymous survey and solicit a kind of third-party audit for ourselves in this way, just to see if there's any suggestions for our business, such as non-compete agreements, or just ways to keep the business healthy for both of us.
And lastly, in summary, what we've kind of identified for this business as a whole is the importance of focusing on contract language in various non-disclosure agreements that both protect the assets of the business that we've created, as well as the proprietary information of our clients. And then in addition to that is the importance of managing client expectations so that they understand what they're getting. They understand that they may not obtain this certification, but they are hiring us for our expertise in overall business improvement and organizational restructuring. As far as it goes, we're very excited to launch this company, and we think we've identified some major risks that we can work to eliminate. Should you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.